Okay. Just going to double check whether we're live. Not that anyone's watching, but you never know. It looks like we are live. Never know. Yes, we are. Okay, cool. Right, so I did something last week which I should have really... Oh, hang on, this is playing. Which I should have really live streamed, but I didn't. So, just picking up on it today. So, I'm having a go at chopping up some vocals on Ableton Move. This will be nasty vocals. Anyway, so let me just go through what I started with last week. So last week I found out there's a new Muse song out. And, yeah. Anyway, like Muse for years, been trying to chop them up into dance music for years. So I thought I'd have a go with their new one rather than redoing what I've done before. You can probably hear me aircon in the background. Apologise for that. But, you know, it's Bank Holiday Monday and it is roasting hot. So, let's see what I started off with. So, I'll just mute that track. So, I brought in some drums for another project. I've got some different drum patterns here. I'll just give them a play. Okay, so I've got a quite swingy track there. I've got something straighter. And then I've got some half-time stuff here. And that's embarrassing. Okay, not that anyone's watching. I'm just going to have to mute for a second. So I don't know if anyone lasted through that, but anyway. So I've recorded some drums, recorded some drum patterns I got down the bottom. And then what I did do is, so I went and got parts of this new Muse song called Cryogen, and just thought I'd see if I could find some interesting noises out of it. So this is kind of bits of the song. I'll probably get YouTube copyright for this. Yeah, so I've got that sample there, and what I've actually done is chopped it up into bits to try and make something interesting. There's a nice riff towards the end which kind of rocks. So, these are the samples that I've got. Like that noise. Yeah, this is good. I'm going to turn this up a bit. Yeah. Yeah, so those are kind of things that I picked up. And there's this nice riff which kind of goes something like... So I started trying to create some horrible patterns with that, which were kind of like this. So let's just play that on its own, just mute my drums. So I had... and this. And when I drop my drums in with them, I quite like them. So let's just bring some drums in now. So half time. Get the swing on it. Yep. And then full drums now. I actually really love that. And one thing I've been struggling with on the Move is trying to find a decent bass sound to fill this in. So I've filtered these off. If I just show you here, so if you go into if you hold down Shift and turn the main controller, it takes you into a different menu, and here you have some filters here. So if you have a look here, sorry, let's just not play it. So you can see I've got a high pass filter on, and where's my frequency? There. So I've just filtered out the bottom end of it to around 200 Hz. Don't know if that's right, it's just what I felt right, but obviously my bottom end needs filling in. So let's just have a look at that. So I was looking for a bass sound. This is a Move internal bass sound. What did I go with? Basic Jupo bass. So let's just unmute that. Let's solo it. So Shift and M, and that track soloed. So this is my bass. I mean, it's quite lackluster, that, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Really basic pattern. I mean, I might try and beef that up now while we're here. And I've kind of done the opposite with this. I put a filter that cuts off around 200 Hz, hoping that it'll find some space in. So I'll bring my drums in a minute. So yeah, let's bring the drums in with that. So let's just unsolo that. I'll just mute this for now. And let's have a listen. I mean, it's a bit rubbish, but it's enough to work with for now for me. And let's just bring in some of the chops. Helps I unmuted it, wouldn't it? So, here we go. Okay, let's start it in half time. Why not? Let's be a bit mental. Alright, here we go. I mean, apart from the lackluster bass sound, but we can try and fix that later. I think I did some other patterns here, so let's have a listen to those. Okay, so that's just a broken down version of it, and then... Okay. Oh, yeah. I've detuned one of the samples there massively because I quite like the noise, as you can hear. But I quite like this altogether, this. Yes! Those, despite my rubbish bass sound. Anyway, so that's where I got to. So what I wanted to do was try and get the vocals from this track, and see if I can find some interesting stuff in the vocals. Now, if anyone's used the Schwung Shadow UI on the Ableton Move, it offers you a load of things, and one of the things it's got, so I'm just going to put Schwung. If you search Move Everything Schwung, you'll find a GitHub, or in fact they've got their own website, I'm not sure exactly where it is, where you can download the Shadow UI, and what it does is it gives you loads of other functionality for your Move. And one of them is a handy little, believe it or not, a YouTube stream thing. So, hold down Shift, press volume and select my track, and then it brings you into the Schwung UI. That's what you're looking at here. So, and if I go into this, you can pick your modules. So you can see that I've already done this. So let me just switch off this module and just show you. Let's just, yeah, so you can, so these are all the different modules that you have inside. So there's a 303, which we played with before. AirPlay, I think, connects an Apple phone to it. I'm not sure what all of these do yet, but, you know, so if I go into, like, chiptune, let's go into that track, go into chiptune. Nothing at the moment. Sorry, let's try again. Go into that. Go into chiptune. I think I know why this is, so please don't hate me right now. What you're meant to do is in your actual Move channel, you're meant to have a sampler. So let's just load a sampler. And then it's empty, so it's not going to make any noise. Yeah, empty sampler. So let's just make sure MIDI's on, which it is. And then let's go into the Shadow UI again. And let's pick a different thing. So Dext is like a DX7. So I'm still not hearing anything, which is confusing me a little. Don't know why I'm not hearing anything. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to load the web player and hope that that plays. If not, we're going to have to figure out what it is. So down here, there is Webstream. So if I pick the Webstream. So what this enables you to do is, just go into it, you're able to search different music channels, and one of them is YouTube, to search for something to play. So I'm going to go and be lazy. So you can do a new search, search YouTube, and then you've got this. Oh, okay, that's not work. There we go. You've got this, which you have to type in, and yes, it is tedious. There is a weird thing where you can use the keys to type. I haven't mastered that yet, but I'm just going to go into previous search because I've kind of already done it, and I've got a new search there. Cryogen Muse. I think it's this one. So let's just do a search. So now you can see it's searching YouTube, which is cool, and it's come up. And what I was actually searching for was Cryogen Muse isolated vocal track, because that's what I'm looking for. And I thought someone's got to have done that rather than me doing it. So let's try and find that. Let's just load this one. So click to load it, and hopefully this should stream. And there it is. So it's playing that. Let's just take the volume of this down. Yeah, so that is streaming from YouTube through your Move. Nothing else needed, which I find incredible. So then you can go into, I found this the other day. So go into Now Playing. It'll show you what's playing, who's it's by, where's it from. But then you can do this thing here. Open in Wave Editor. So if I do that, what it should do is grab the entire YouTube track as audio and then dump it into a wave editor. So let's do that. Open in wave editor. So now it's downloading. Look at that. It's downloaded it. It's saved it. I'm going to open it in the wave editor. And there it is. That should be the whole Muse vocal track. So let's just skip to... I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. So turning that to zoom in. And let's just find the start. So... start. So at the start there, so if I hit this, this should be, let's turn the volume back up, get a bit closer to the start, zoom in a little bit more, there's the start. Now I've not really used the wave editor to chop samples up. So this is in part Schwung, so I'm just going to do it in a normal way on the Move instead. So let's just click that. Can I remember how to? Let's zoom all the way out. There we go. And I think if I press the record button here, this will actually take me into the save options for the wave editor. So here we go. So I'm just going to go save. Did that do anything? Yeah. And it says saved to Webstream. Right, so let's come out of Schwung and just go into normal. So now we're back into normal Move UI. All the lights and stuff aren't exactly right, but that's because you've been in Schwung. Don't let it freak you out. So if we go into this, now we had a sampler loaded, so I'm actually just going to load a different setting, a different preset. So if I come back here, go to templates, and I'm going to load a choke kit. So drum kit I find easier for doing these chops. So now we can assign a sample to these pads. So let's go into there, and it said, so if I go into user samples, and it said it should be in Schwung Webtream, and you can see I've already done this, so I am redoing it for the sake of this stream, but I only got halfway through it. But you can see there is the isolated vocal track. So let's bring that in there. Now we should be able to see. which is cool. In that typical Muse distorted vocal way. Now that's going to just continue playing. So what I'm going to do is, the way I sample it is I try and find a nice start. So let's just imagine we're going right in at the start of ice cream. So it's already at a start. Ice cream, ice cream. Okay. So now, if I hold down, just mute this for a second. Yeah, so that is still playing. I've just muted it so you don't have to hear Matt Bellamy's vocals. So if I go onto the actual sample, hold down Shift, you see that little one comes up. So now we get different options on here, and one of them is length. So I'm just going to take the length really short. Okay, let's unmute this. So, okay, so it's not giving us the whole sample. So I'm going to take this length really short for now. Ice cream, ice cream, ice cream. It's not really the sample that I want, but you never know. Well, let's go for the proper bit of the vocal. So I'm just going to duplicate that in case I do want it. So hold the duplication key, click that pad, click the next pad. Now that's in there. Now I can just change the start and get myself to the chorus. So here's the start. I'm just going to keep on going. Oh, I hit it by mistake. Signature Matt Bellamy breathing. Okay, let's zoom right in and let's have a look. So I'm going to get rid of that big breath. I'm looking for, there looks like the of Cryogen. Not bad. Okay, let's go and duplicate that again. This is what I tend to do when I'm sampling. So duplicate it onto that pad, and now I'm just going to change the start. And let's just have a... It can be laborious, this, as I look for stuff. I mean, it helps if you know the song. I don't know this one that well, but I know there was some distorted vocals down here, which I quite like. So I'm just going to jump all the way down here and start having a look. Okay, it managed to land in a bit of silence, so I'm just spooling through. It doesn't look like it, but I am. Okay. Okay, here's some distorted vocals. Okay. I'm still going back. No idea what he's saying. No idea. Maybe go back. Okay. I'm going to go a little bit further down. Ah, this was a bit I was looking at. Anyway, I'm just going to do this for a bit and try and find some samples that work for me. Might be boring for everyone. I apologise. I don't think anyone's watching anyway. Ooh. Oh shit. It's going to change the length a little bit. Let's give it a bit more. Emptiness, emptiness, she left me for emptiness. Okay, I'm going to try and get emptiness. Okay, where's that length there? Emptiness. Find the start.
emptiness.
Probably needing it a bit more on the length. Really sensitive, that.
Emptiness. She left me for
Okay, and I'm actually just going to reduce the hold so that cuts out quicker.
emptiness. She left emptiness. She left emptiness. Emptiness. Ice cream. Emptiness. Emptiness.
Bit weird, but I'm going to keep that.
Emptiness.
Let's see what else we've got.
Emptiness. Emptiness. She left me. She left me. She left me. She left me. She left me burning. She left me burning. She left me burning. Emptiness. She left me. She left me burning. Emptiness. She left me. She left me burning. She left me. 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 She left me burning. She left me burn. 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 She left me. She left me. She left me. Emptiness. She left me. Emptiness. She left me. Emptiness. She left me. Emptiness. Emptiness. She left me.
Just going to try that with a bit of the nasty backing that I've got.
Emptiness. She left me. Emptiness. She left me. She left me. Emptiness. She left me. Emptiness. She left me. She left me.
Okay, I'm not sure if that's working yet, but
Emptiness.
she left me. Gonna keep that.
She left me.
Okay, let's.
She left me.
Okay, goes all Matt Bellamy warbly. There are some nasty distorted vocals somewhere. Here they are. Here they are. Right, let's try these. These could be funner. Never try again, I think. Nah. Pull the off. Nah. Never. Let's just give that a little bit more length. Let's just get never, because it's quite fast what I've done. Okay, maybe. Okay, let's try again. got a good Cryogen coming up, which I think is there. Needs a bit more hold on there. Bit more.
Ice cream. And she left me emptiness. Cryogen.
This isn't going as well as I wanted it to. Not going as well as I wanted it to.
Emptiness. I feel she's a blind. I'm freezing for this night. This night.
Let's make this a bit longer.
This night. This night. Prosper. She left me.
Okay, let's carry on through this.
Listen, feels control.
Control? Did I hear a control? That'll do me.
Control.
Now, knowing Matt Bellamy that we are lost before that, so I'm just going to see if I can find that.
Lost control.
Yeah, there it is. Lost.
Lost control. Lost control. Lost control. Lost control. Lost control.
Can I have a play?
Lost control.
Rubbish. Rubbish. They're half-time drums.
Emptiness. She left me. She left me. And she left me control, lost control. And she ice cream. Lost control.
Yeah, these aren't working for me. Now there was a quieter bit, so I'm gonna have a look at that, which is like around here somewhere.
I'm collapsing.
Around here somewhere.
Collapsing.
No,
Collapsing.
it's around here. Okay. That might work. Okay, timing's all a bit off because I've changed the tempo, obviously. But if I chop these onto different buttons, I should be able to do it. So let's chop that onto there. So I'm looking for the second one. Just change the hold on this, actually. So it's just no, without the. Okay, doing that once more. Doing that again. Okay. Okay, there's something there. Not sure what. Let's try and do some patterns. So it's like in no. Okay. So let's do a little pattern. So I'll do that at the start of bar 1. Bar 2, we'll do not that one. Do that. Bar 3. So we've got start bar 3 is that, and then start of bar 4 is something like that. I mean, I didn't mean to do that, but I quite like it. Okay, so I'm just going to have a work on the sound of that voice. I need to do something with it. Because it sounds a bit wishy-washy at the moment. And so let's solo it. Okay, so when we look at the effects we've got now, we've got a reverb, got a saturator. You know I like a saturator. Maybe not. Okay, let's first just take the bottom end off it. So if you remember, I can just go into this, hold that, turn it up to 2. Now we should have filter. So I'm going to do a high pass, and then okay. Okay, say 600. Do the same on this one. High pass. And about 600. Same on this one. High pass. And about 600. High pass again. 600. Let's take it off solo. Right, let's try and get some delay on there. Solo it. Try and get some delay on. Okay, I quite like that. Let's bring everything back in. Yeah. It's dark. A little bit of a drum fill, see what happens. I mean, the mix is terrible, but I like it. dramatic. Bit of bass. Okay, drums. And then we're going to break into some guitar. I'm going to stop the vocal chop. Okay, going to break into different drums now. Okay, going to drop into half time with this weird noise now. Okay, I'm quite liking that. So I'm going to try and find some different chops. I noticed I've done a clip all the way over here. So let's just take that clip, duplicate it over here, then into this one, delete this clip. Right, so now I should just have that there, which I do. Okay, so let's do a new clip. So I'll come back out to here, go into this one, and yeah, I'm just going to double the speed of it is what I'm going to do. I'm going to double the speed of that. So duplicate that onto there. Didn't want to do that, so I'll delete that. Go into a clean clip. Right. Okay, just going to record this one. Quite like that. See if it's in time. Really not. I'm going to re-record that with the drums because that's easier for me to keep in time. So let's go into that clip. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Gonna bring the bass. Okay, now we're gonna go to half time nastiness. Gonna transition now to double time. just try a compressor because it's sounding horrible. And turn down the drums a bit. It's that bass drum as well, it's horrible. So let's just replace that bass drum. Better. Okay, I'm going to leave it for today. I should spend more time on this. I'm going to spend some more time on these vocals. But basically, I've just shown you a basic vocal chop. So we've used that cool little Schwung thing there, the web streamer, to kind of capture a YouTube file completely, edited it, chopped it up, just using normal Move. I made a couple of patterns just to see how that works. I'm not feeling it, but that was worth doing. So I'm really annoyed that I haven't ended up recording that, which is really fucking annoying that I've only recorded that output on YouTube. But anyway, such is life. Right, I'm going to end it there. Just play out.